Wendell Stevens has been one of the foremost authors of hardcover books on every major UFO contact story you could find. And he's a really, a former colonel, very diligent scientific investigator. And you see him in the Billy Myers footage. He spent lots of time with Billy Meyer. And he very systematically details not only what happened and how, he's even you see footprints in a muddy path, and then the footprints disappear, and they're already starting to fill up with rain. And then a couple hours later, Billy calls from 5-10 miles away in some town asking for them to come pick him up.
Well, what do you think the most compelling UFO case? I mean, because I'm sure you've read tons. As probably.
Yeah. So one of the things I was mentioning all this for is that here's Wendell Stevens. I just saw him at the UFO Congress recently, and I realized this guy is so up in years that he's not even reprinting his books anymore. He's putting out little mini CDs.
Oh, okay.
And the CDs are terrible because you can't even read them. You got JPEGs that you have to open one at a time. But my point is that when I see very seminal, creative people like this that are science oriented start to get into the 80-year-old range, that's when they start to decline.
Oh, sure.
And I'm really concerned even preserving his stuff. I have his contact information. But for example, to do an overall survey of just the technical aspects of all the UFO cases he's investigated, as I was explaining in the Billy Meyer footage, you get to hear what sounds like rotating machinery. It literally has not only a single fundamental tone, but you get to hear what sounds like overtones of something that would be coming closer and farther away. Something rotating and multiple gears involved. He's done spectral analysis of these sounds as well. And actually, when I spoke to him, I was asking him just about that, because I knew UFO Contact from the Pleiades has descriptions of his spectral analysis of those sounds. And then you can start to speculate about the machinery that's rotating inside to cause these effects.
Well, now, you'd mentioned Lazar. I thought it was interesting that you mentioned Bob Lazar, because I've talked to him also. Now, in my case, and it could just be the time that I spoke with him, Lazar completely... He did not want to talk to me at all about UFOs. He talked a great deal about B-Field Brown. He had wonderful suggestions, but from your impression, then, are you kind of a supporter of his story, his description, or?
Well, Bob has done the best he can for the short time he was with the Area 51 area. I feel that he's reporting the knowledge and the facts as best he knows, and certainly he's caused a lot more public attention to the activities that went on in S4. And so much so, the Freedom Ridge got closed shortly afterwards, and the boundaries have expanded farther away. So it's hard to see those 2 a.m. flights that hover over very bright and descend, so that you really are no longer able to verify that unusual aircraft are being tested there.
But in his case, he's describing a device it almost sounds like it's a solid state device, and yet from UFO reports, you just mentioned Billy Meyer, it ties back into this Searle-like quality of rotating magnetic fields.
I don't think Bob Lazar has referred to that style of UFO. No, in fact, he describes more of a solid-state device that uses some, 115 type of heavy radioactive substance.